Hey, everybody. Good afternoon in the UK. It's bright and early over here on the East Coast. I had to think about it. That's how early it is. I had to think about it. I'm on the East Coast of America. How's your day been so far, Vicky?
Good, actually. And for the first time, probably this year, we've got good weather today. It's sunny and it's going to be
Hmm.
a hot few days coming up. So, as you know, the Brits love talking about the weather. So this is good. I'm excited that I can see some sunshine.
What is hot to you?
This is I know this is going to sound pathetic, but
No, it's fine.
my threshold is about 25 degrees in England. Like my mum comes from Scotland, so we're pale by nature, and
Mhm.
if it goes above 25 and it's hot and humid, I start feeling like I'm getting a bit agitated now and I need to go and close my curtains and sit in a dark room. So about 25 degrees Celsius, which is pathetic. I'm sure a lot of other people can cope with more, but that's my limit.
I feel you. I think that would also be my limit. I'm actually not sure. I'm being really American right now. I'm
You're in
converting
Fahrenheit?
Celsius
Yeah.
to Fahrenheit on my phone just because I'm
Isn't it like
curious.
70? Don't know. Maybe it's
If you
70.
know that and I don't, I'm gonna feel
It's
even
a
more
guess.
ashamed.
It's a guess.
25. It's close to 80. So
Oh, okay. So not too far off.
yeah. We're hitting like on the daily now, and this is just the beginning of summer. We're hitting about 32 degrees Celsius every day, and we'll get up much higher
Yeah.
than that
Yeah.
before it's all done.
Yeah, that's a concern for
Yeah,
me.
I agree. I agree. It is a concern.
I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Unless
I'm also
unless you're near
concerned.
a
So
sea, yeah, unless you're near a sea and there's a beautiful breeze, then that's glorious. But when you're in the town, I just get agitated. It's sticky. It's humid. It's not fun.
well, now you know why I'm so grumpy all the time. All right, everybody. This is not what we're here to talk about. I hope you guys enjoyed meteorologist Victoria Deamer-Smith and I opening us up this morning. But Vicky, what do you do when you're not being a meteorologist?
Thank you. Yes, I am the Director of Implementation at Vetstoria. So I've been here now for approximately 7.5 years. Started as a veterinary nurse, went to the dark side and joined the tech world, and yeah, worked my way in implementation. And I'm just really excited to have everyone attend today and talk about best practices to attract new clients and grow your clinic. So that's what we're here for. But before we do that as well, Mary, please let everyone know a little bit about you as well.
Yeah, so my name is Mary Schwartz. I'm a certified veterinary technician, which is your RVN, but in the United States. I live down in Florida, and I've had about 13 years in clinical practice, and then from there, I came over to PetDesk, which is Vetstoria's U.S. arm, and from there, I kind of did a few things within Pet Desk, but now I get to do community engagement and advocacy, which means I get to spend time with lovely folks like you. I get to talk about how to help grow your business, how to improve your business, different ways that you're able to leverage the assets you have to be as successful as possible. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through a few different items here. I think you can expect to be with us about 30 minutes. So I know it's lunchtime over there in the UK. I hope you guys all have a great lunch. You're hanging out, watching with us. So we're going to go through why growth matters, which seems self-explanatory, but we're going to give some context to it with data. We know how veterinarians love data. And then we're going to talk through some growth strategies and give you some free tools in your action plan. We will open it up for Q&A at the very end. So I do just want to say you can feel free to throw your questions in the chat or go ahead and throw them in the Q&A. We will circle back to them at the end, or you can just ask them at the end. It's totally up to you. So I said that I want to put some data to why growth matters. And here is some of that data. So we know that this is worldwide, right? The largest cohort of pet parents are now under age 35, right? So this is going to be millennials and Gen Z. These are the folks that you're really wanting to kind of shift your practices focus to, because while, I was having this conversation with someone the other day, right? While there are a lot of older folks who still own pets, there's a lot of aging out of that pet ownership happening, and that pet ownership is getting picked up by the younger generations. And a great example of that is my wife's parents. They're in their 70s, and they were pet owners their whole lives. They are not getting pets anymore because they want to travel, they want to do more things, they want to get out of the house, things like that. And so we're seeing a lot of those kind of choices being made by those older generations who tend to be more loyal to your practice. And we're seeing younger generations come in, and those younger generations are about 3 times more likely to change their veterinarian within the next 12 months than those older folks. And so these guys are a real focus for your practice. And it's really important that you consider them when you're talking about how you're going to grow, because when you're growing into that younger segment of pet parents. And I am curious, what age group makes up your clinic's client base? So we're going to pop a poll here, and I would love to know, generally speaking, who the majority of your clients are. The last clinic I managed was in a relatively kind of affluent area where I live, and the majority of our clients were definitely in that 28 to 43 range for sure. A lot of them were trending older, like mid to late 30s. So the higher end of that range, but the vast majority were in that range. All right, we'll give it one more second here so everybody can have a chance to participate. All right. So it is looking like the majority of folks we're seeing Gen X and millennials. So that 44 to 59 range, and then the 28 to 43 range. That kind of matches up with my experience. How about you, Vicky?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And still growing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So we're going to just have a look at website and SEO as a growth strategy, and the importance of having a strong website and digital online presence. And so just to think about your pet owner's experience, when they have a look at your website, this is the first impression. You've got a few seconds to portray that you're trustworthy, you're warm, there's somebody that they want to connect with. So imagine it being the front door of your clinic. If they cannot find you online, or your website is out of date, or perhaps doesn't look professional, they may never pick up the phone and actually use your services. So one thing that we want to consider is local SEO, and this is really important and huge for veterinary clinics. You want to be able to be visible and found online. So what does that mean? You want to be able to be at the top of that Google ranking. You want to have terms that consider what pet owners are searching for. So they're going to be looking for vets near me, vaccinations for my puppy near me. So we want to make sure that you are including these key items in your website and making it very easy for people to find you, because it will make the difference between them choosing you or a clinic perhaps 5 to 10 minutes down the road. So some key basics is that clinic name. First of all, we want it on your website in various places, not just on the homepage. We want to identify you and have that throughout. We also want to have your location on the website. So what town are you in, what city, but also considering, are you near any landmarks, historical cities, perhaps a popular beach? That can be quite a nice reference point so people can find you easier. Contact details, of course, very important. Clinic name, address, phone number, email. Yes, we want that on the contact page of your website, but really consider having it in the footer of every page as well, again, to boost those rankings, because the more that you mention your name, your contact details, etc., the more it will boost your ranking. And just don't forget that those first impressions do matter. You have a few seconds to really make that impression. Make sure that you come across trustworthy, that you have a strong homepage, perhaps adding real photos of you and your team and the pets that you see, so you can really make that connection in the first instance before they've even walked through your doors. So, some website and SEO best practices. We can talk about a mobile friendly site. So, over 70% of your pet owners will be searching from their mobile phones. So, if your site is a little bit slow or you've got large assets that take quite a few seconds to load, they tend to drop off. Pet owners want to be able to access your website within a few seconds. So, ensure that it's loading quickly and efficiently is something that you will want to check. Clear call to action buttons. So, for example, a prominent book now button, you want these at the top of your website, very visible, bold. We want to help your pet owners get to where they're going in less than 3 clicks. So, that's the average time that people will lose patience and drop off. So, let's help them get there. We don't want them scrolling through pages of content and trying to find out what your prices are, what your services are, how can I book an appointment? So those clear call to action buttons are really key in optimizing that experience for your pet owners. And of course, Google profile optimization. So website and Google profile really work well together. So if you don't have a Google business profile, I highly suggest creating one. We can signpost that, of course, on your website because you want it to have the same opening hours, contact details, services that you offer. And Google absolutely loves it if you have up-to-date reviews. So encourage your clients to leave reviews, but even better, respond to them because that builds trust and it actually builds your rankings within Google as well. So while you're thinking about optimizing your website and SEO, the online booking tool really integrates well into your website and your Google listing. So thinking about when you're attracting those clients, you're getting them there, but then let's actually convert that interest into real appointments. Let them take that next step easily with 24/7 access.
Yeah, I think clients right now are really seeking frictionless engagement with your
Mhm.
practice, and that is the biggest thing. I mean, we've entered such a world of convenience and being able to do whatever we want on our phones immediately, making people wait. It's not gonna pan out well. You got to give them the ability to do things quickly and easily. But the other thing that the millennial and younger generations are really looking at right now is your brand. And what better way to show your brand off than your social media? This is where the majority of Gen Z actually does their shopping, is on social media. If you've ever gotten stuck doom scrolling on Instagram, then you know right now how many ads you see, how much shopping you can do, how easy it is to find local businesses. I mean, you can get suggested things that are near you, all sorts of stuff. And so social media can really help drive new client acquisition. It's really not anymore about just posting a cute pet photo, right? Cute pet photos are great and they're important, but they're not all that social media is about. Social media is actually a really powerful way for you to build visibility within your current community. When your potential clients are seeing your clinic consistently show up in their feed, it just reinforces your brand, like who you are, what you stand for. It builds familiarity. And then when they do need care, it kind of keeps you top of mind. Um, Engagement really matters because people don't just want a veterinary clinic, they want a partner they can connect with. And that's true of all businesses, right? You might select a business that has a specific mission that you care about, or is trying to do all recycled materials in their products, or is trying to reduce, environmental impact, or whatever it may be. That kind of thing can help you choose one brand over another for the same item. And the same goes for veterinary clinics. Social media can also really help humanize your practice, which is huge. People really want to see what a day in the life of your clinic looks like. What does it look like in the treatment area? What happens to the animals when they go back there? These are things that are so familiar to us, but really can be very foreign to pet parents. And it's great to be able to show pet parents what it looks like in your hospital. And so social media can be a little bit more casual. So while your website on your team page, you might have headshots, right? So you might have a little bit more of a professional looking headshot. on your social media, you can really show your team in action day to day. So these could be those really authentic photos, maybe somebody laughing while a dog licks their chin or something like that. Those are the things that really help connect you with the community around you. You can also do seasonal and holiday content. This one is great because it's easy to promote, like, hey, what should you be doing when everybody's around the Christmas table? Like, should your pet be getting bone from the ham? What should that look like? And we all know the answer is no, of course. But most pet parents don't. I mean, if I had $1 for every time I heard someone say that they let their Yorkie chew on the Christmas ham bone, I would be retired now. So, we want to help pet parents understand how to do really great pet care, and we can be that source of truth for them. And social media is the lever that we can pull to be that source of truth. They're already on there, they're already scrolling, and we can really show off our knowledge through social media. And finally, you can talk a lot about community events, right? So, are you working with a specific charity in the local community? Do you have a local event that you're going to table at and attend? When pet parents feel like you are a part of their community, like you're invested locally, they're more likely to choose you over a competitor. And this is just the way that we shop now. And so just really think about that, consider that as you're building and curating these posts. The other thing I would say is if you're not active on social media today, that's okay. You only need to pick one platform and try it out and just be consistent. You don't have to like try to do every single platform you see. You don't need to go out after this webinar and create like an Instagram and a TikTok and a Facebook and a whatever, everything. Pick one that makes a lot of sense for your community. So if your community is like the Gen X boomer, more of your clientele is that, pick Facebook. If you're more of your clientele is millennials and Gen Z, pick Instagram. And then just post consistently, right? Make it fun with your team, make it an engaging process with your staff. And that will make a huge difference and take you a long way in getting that social media presence and engagement started up.
Thank you, Mary. So we'll have a look at another growth strategy, which is online booking and converting interest into actual appointments. So getting a vet parent interested in your clinic and the services you offer is only half the battle. What we want to then happen is for them to convert into real appointments. So they're coming through your door and, of course, seeking your services and become hopefully a long-term advocate for your practice. So what we want to allow is 24/7 access to online booking. So this should be easy for pet owners. We live in an age now where if I want to quickly get a whoosh from Tesco's or Uber Eats, I can go on my phone, I can place that order, and it's at my door within 30 minutes. Great. So we're used to that level of convenience. And yes, I am a millennial, first and foremost, but what can we do to make it easy for our pet owners to book online with you? So what we want to avoid is that sort of traditional scheduling. Waiting on the phone for somebody to pick up. We know how busy receptionists are at the moment. Ping-ponging potentially via email back and forth with appointment requests and times, leaving voicemails. Let's make it less time consuming for the pet owners and for yourselves as well, so they can reduce that friction, as Mary was talking earlier, and just make it really simple and easy for them to book an appointment. So 24/7 access, let them book out after hours when you've finished for the day. They're having their dinner perhaps, and they can book that vaccination in for their pet that's due. And what also is really beneficial with online booking, apart from sort of reducing phone tag and manual scheduling, is we want that appointment to land directly into your practice management system. So this smooths out peaks and valleys. They can see what is truly available in real time. And again, it just makes that experience frictionless, and you can see those appointments and those details land in your schedule as well. And it prevents things like double booking and human errors, that we're all used to.
So sorry, I glitched for a moment there. So another piece that really goes hand in hand with online booking is automating how your pet parents get to your clinic, right? So they've made the appointment, but let's say it's 2 weeks from now. how are they going to remember to come to that appointment? And are they going to know what they should do when the appointment comes around, right? Should they bring in a stool sample? Does their pet need some sort of calming medication beforehand, etc.? And so automating those reminders can be a huge help to your practice. It can mean that when the pet parent, the day before the appointment comes up, the pet parent just automatically gets that reminder and is able to confirm that appointment. And you're able to see that directly in your appointment book. And this can help your front desk out a lot. And I would challenge you to think about every day how many of the phone calls your receptionists make every single day have to do with confirming an appointment for the following day. And when we think about our clients, they're also busy professionals. Being able to do things digitally matters a lot because just like you or I can't pick up our phone in the middle of the day to answer a phone call, neither can they. And so, if we can offer them a way to digitally confirm their appointment, then we're really scratching two itches. One, we're actually getting the answer we need from the pet parent rather than either not knowing if they're going to come in the next day or playing phone tag. And two, we're reducing the manual labor that our front desk has to do. I say all the time that nobody, as a little kid says that they dream of checking voicemails when they grow up. And that's not something your CSRs want to do either. So the more that we can reduce that back and forth administrative burden and that back and forth administrative phone call work, the more we actually free our CSR team up to do things that really matter, like create super engaging experiences for your pet parents. It's such a different experience to walk into a practice and have someone greet you by name or greet your pet by name, come around the desk, give your pet a treat, walk you into a room. That's a very different experience than someone who's on the phone confirming an appointment and has to put their finger up and have you wait at the front desk while they finish their phone call. So the more that we can do to get those CSRs off of the phone, the better. It's better for them, better for your pet parents, and better for the health of your practice overall. And you can do a lot to organize your calendar and prepare for kind of busy seasons. And we know we have some summer holidays. We know that we're going to enter the end of the year is going to come quicker than we expect. I feel like it does every year. The end comes faster and faster. So some things that you can really do to kind of lock in that efficiency prior to that is like we just talked about. You could do automated booking confirmations so clients know that they're scheduled, and then automated appointment reminders so that clients know when they come in, they are able to confirm digitally, and they have a knowledge of what they're expected to do when they get to the practice. You can offer those friendly reminders digitally, but you can also text those clients or email them. This can really reduce no-shows or last-minute reschedules, which is the bane of everyone's existence, right? Nobody wants a hole on the calendar at the very last minute that you don't have any hope of filling. You can also offer early booking promotions, right? So if you are currently booking out pretty far, if you're booking out pretty far, then offering an early booking promotion can be a great way to get those wellness or preventative care visits in before there's a big rush. So, especially around a holiday, this is something that you can offer to clients to really help get them back through the door and normalize or even out your schedule rather than have it be you're already full, people are calling and begging to get in, you just can't fit them in. So, sending out those early booking promotions is huge. And ultimately, that can really help get that preventative care done before year end, right? So going through your current database, knowing who's coming in and being able to offer those promotions will be really, really helpful in cleaning up your appointment book before the end of the year.
So the action plan, so we can see here visibility, engagement, conversion. So refreshing your online presence. We want you to be visible. We want Google in particular to understand who you are, what you do, what services that you offer, so that you can boost those rankings and be found by clients. And as mentioned, please double check your Google business profile. If you don't have one, create one. Google loves it, but it must be up to date. It must mirror what you're offering on your website as well. And not to forget the all importance of those reviews. They are gold dust. So I really encourage you to ask your clients for reviews, but respond to them as well, so that they are coming in regularly. And again, you're going to boost that visibility by getting higher and higher up in that Google ranking. And then post and promote for engagement, as Mary was mentioning a bit earlier. So sharing one seasonal or community focused post on social media. And I really liked your point, Mary, of I am a Facebook person, and but I know there's Instagram, there's TikToks, depending on the audience. So really just thinking about what tactics you can use to engage with your audience on the platforms that they probably are doom scrolling on most days, unfortunately. And if you want to take some of those social media posts, say you've just written a blog on your website, which I do encourage every 6 to 8 weeks, post about it on social media as well. Start to get pet owners visiting the majority of your platforms as well, because that can be really insightful and they can see what else it is that you're doing. Just as a side note, I've been going to my vets for years and I never look at their website, and they don't have a very strong social media presence. But I see others, and I see other friends of mine on Facebook with other clinics, and they have a huge following and they are involved in the local community. They're posting regularly. They update their website. So they're getting that traffic and they're attracting those clients. So it really does have a domino effect. And then thinking about, of course, as well, the Vetstoria marketing graphics, which we'll share in a moment as well. I'm very biased, but I use a lot of these graphics when I'm talking to customers in implementation. I have timed myself as well to put a new logo or the clinic's branding colors, and it takes less than a minute. Saves so much time, and the graphics are polished, and you can start attracting those clients. So I highly recommend them. And then simplify booking and communication. So turning on online booking or optimizing what you currently have. I really think it's important to consider what you're doing in clinic. You can try to mirror online. So are you offering appointments for new and existing clients? Are you offering appointments with the vet, but also with your nurses? A lot of people want to book in those weight clinics or injections and nail clips, etc. If you have specialty services, are you offering those online as well? So really just trying to offer what you do in-house, online as well, and schedule reminders for those preventative care appointments, as Mary was mentioning earlier. So what we want to do is really, as a communicate, simplify booking, but convert that interest into real appointments. So just a quick checklist, and I really do encourage you to perhaps think about one of these that you can action this week. So audit the website. Does it load quickly? Can I get to where I need to be in less than 3 clicks? Do you have clear call to action buttons? Do you have local SEO in place? Really think about what the experience is like for your pet owner. And I know it's sometimes difficult to step back, but first impressions matter. Would you be pleased with your website? Really think about perception versus reality. As Mary was mentioning, pick Facebook, pick Instagram, post regularly 2 to 3 times a week, just to start building on that engagement. And of course, considering online booking as well, whether you have it or don't, how you can really convert that interest. So I suggest picking one and seeing how you go with that. So the free tools and resources, so you can see here and you can scan access to the free marketing tools with the QR code on the screen. As mentioned, heavily biased. I use a lot of these within implementation because I think they're fantastic. A lot of work has gone into all the different marketing ideas seasonally and what we can expect that our pet parents are engaging with. There are also ways to really think about and plan your social media engagement and calendars that Vetstoria have created, so you don't have to think, what do I need to post this month or next week? We've done that heavy lift for you, and it really does take less than a minute to swap out a logo or update a color so it's branded consistently with your clinic and maintaining that customer experience. So I really encourage you to have a nosy around and familiarize with those assets.
Yeah, these are super awesome resources and totally free to use. So, all right. Well, if anyone has any questions, we would be more than happy to answer them. Um, if you are curious to learn more about Vetstoria, you can certainly scan this QR code and book a demo to see more about online booking or websites. We can help you with both of those things. But I will leave it open for just a moment for questions and then we will close out. I hope everybody's had a good lunch. Have you already had lunch, Vicky?
No, but to be honest, I ate breakfast really late. so,
Fair.
so yeah, I'm not even hungry at the moment, but I will be soon. I'm
Yeah,
also
you
on a
you will.
diet. I'm also on a diet, so
Uh,
it's not.
the
But you
worst.
know, when summer comes and you think I really need to do something now,
Yeah. Yeah, it's always when the weather gets warm and you're like, "Oh, wait,
you're like, oh no, I can't hide in oversized clothes anymore. I need to do something. Yeah, that's me.
winter is genuinely the best season."
It is.
Baggy sports clothes is the name of the game.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like we covered all these topics thoroughly enough that nobody has any questions, which is great. That's what we love to see. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I really appreciate everybody and your participation. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, y'all.